Hello, friends. This is Alia Jamal, the Love Coach, and we are meeting for our March Masterclass. So we have started this new format a couple of months ago, or maybe the start of 2025. The weekly love circles have changed into a monthly masterclass where we go much deeper, focus on one topic, and I help you unstuck yourself in one specific aspect of your life. Today, we are talking about how to stop being an energy vampire. So, if you have been around and you know my style and how I work, in my world, there's no such thing someone is bad. If we are experiencing something like an energy vampire, a bad relationship, or something that you're not very happy and excited about, something within you is off. If you desire a change, whether it's inside of you or outside of you, the solution exists within you. So I am going to show you how you are the energy vampire, not other people. And I know it can be very hard for some people to hear that. We love to be the victim of situation and we all think that, we are better than other people. Even if we don't say it out loud, internally we believe that, but that creates a separation. We all are one soul. We all are one being. As you start seeing that, and as you start creating that consciousness shift within you, you start to experience a very different reality. So that is the magical aspect that I'll be sharing. That's why now we have a different format so I can take you much deeper. If whatever I'm sharing, it feels too much and you're like, I don't even know where these concepts are coming from. You can always reach out to me. You can go to my website, aliajamalcoaching.com, and you can book a session with me, and I can take you on your own personal journey, whether it's just a session or whether it's my 12-month, a 1-year commitment one-on-one work with me. So let's dig in. I did pull up this definition of an energy vampire. You'll find so many books on it. If you're into healing after being with the narcissist or being with someone who have personality disorder, there's so many times this word come up. Now, we can either put a bandage on our wounds or we can heal them. I don't teach how to put a bandage on the wound. I teach you how to heal. So if you're looking for a bandage, again, this is not the workshop for you. This is not the master class for you, or this is not the conversation for you. But if you're looking to heal yourself at the core from the root, then come along in this ride and you'll be surprised how easy it is and how you can do it and how much in control you are when you thought that you're not in control. So, an energy vampire, according to Google, is a person who drains your emotional energy, often through negative behavior, leaving you feeling stressed, exhausted, and depleted. They can be your friends, they could be your partner, they could be your colleagues, they could be your neighbor, they could be just random stranger on Facebook. It can be anyone. So the concept is generally a lot of people are like, I'm an introvert, people drain me. I I don't want to be around people. People suck my energy or this or that. So if that is the category you're in, I personally used to be in that category. Here's the first question for you. What do you expect of other people? Now take a moment, let yourself answer that question. If you're watching the recording, you can pause and you can really ask yourself, what do I expect of other people? What do you expect of your kids? Do you expect your kids to behave, to be nice, to always listen to you, to clean up after them? What are those expectations? Write them down. What do you expect of your partner? If you're just dating, if you're in that phase, what do you expect of the people you're dating? Or, multiple, one, however you go about it. What do you expect of your coworkers? What do you expect of your family members? What do you expect of random strangers? What do you expect of your colleagues, your supervisor, your boss? Write down all those expectations. Generally, I can tell you we expect people to be kind to us, to nice to us, to not tease us, to not trigger us, to think about us before they say anything, be considerate. Generally, that is what we are expecting from our surroundings, especially our close relationship. Now, whether that expectation come true or not, every time you have an expectation, you're expecting your child to clean after themselves. Now you're manipulating and controlling that child. You want them to be this way. You are taking energy from them because their behavior is something you need for you to feel better. So you are expecting this child and their behavior, all this is unconscious, is going to give me this energy, and that is what's going to energize me. So let it sink in a little bit. When we expect our partner to act certain way, a lot of people they have fights because their partner is not cleaning up after themselves and they're like, why they are not doing it? Why I'm the only person who's doing it, or the other way around, however your situation is. When you expect your partner to be a certain way, you're expecting that energy from them. And the reason you're expecting that energy from them because you are not giving yourself that energy. Now, your logical mind is going to come right now and say, but what about healthy relationships? I want to have a healthy relationship. I want the person to be X, Y, and Z. There's nothing wrong expecting them to be X, Y, Z. We are not there yet. So let your logical mind know we are not there yet. We are starting from ground up. And don't worry, I'll get you there. You will have the answer, but right now we are working the ground up. Whatever expectation I have of another person, that means I need that energy from them. Every behavior, every word, every thought is pure energy. If I need energy from outside source, that means I'm not providing myself that energy. It's very important we understand how we work. For example, I'm not a plant. I cannot create food for myself. I need food from outside, so I eat plants or I eat animals. If a human go around and they're like, oh, my body can self-sustain, I'm just going to sit in the sun and go through photosynthesis, not happening. But once you realize you need food from an outside source, now you can nurture yourself. The same way, once you realize every expectation you have of another person, that means that is the energy you're not giving to yourself. So every expectation that you have, in that moment, you're sucking energy from other people because now you need them to be X, Y, and Z in order for you to feel X, Y, Z, whatever that emotion is for you. So, in order for me to feel happy, you must admire me or be kind to me. That means now I am controlling who you need to be. So, if I am doing all that unconsciously in my mind, I am not accepting who you are. Expectations require a transformation into acceptance. So now you can again pause this after this question. If there are, if you can accept your kids however they are, if you can expect your spouse however they are, if you can expect your family or your friends however they are, who they are, who do you think they are? Well, I can tell you, my kid does not like to go out. Um, I would love him to. My kid doesn't really enjoy cleaning up after himself. I can tell you my kid love talking, love deep connection. Sometimes I'm too busy to even give that. So now I'm talking about accepting. Now accepting, I'm seeing the person for who they are without me trying to manipulate that energy. So, just to recap, so you don't get lost, we started with whatever I expect of another person, that is the energy I'm taking from them, or I need from them to feel certain way. When I switch from the expectation to accepting, now that energy connection is disconnected. Now, I don't need my kid to be an organized person for me to feel I'm a good mom. So my identity is not tied to that anymore. So I am not sucking energy from my own child. And I'll just, pause here and highlight something. We all think that we are victim of some situation or circumstance. The truth is we are not. Usually people who think they are the most humble and they are the most giving are the biggest energy vampire. And their physical health can show that. The kind of diseases that are, forming in their body or kind of weird symptoms that are forming in their body show that. So instead of going into guilt and shame, which most of us do, and that's why we reject the truth about ourselves because we don't want to feel guilt and shame, how about we become curious about ourselves? How about we start to learn in ways I am used to taking energy from other people, the ways I am used to control the situation, because I don't feel that control within me. It can only come from outside. Because I don't feel safe within me, so it can only come from outside. Where I need to hear from my spouse, oh, I'm here for you. I will protect you. I'll stand by you. If I need those words of affirmation, I don't have it within me. So again, this conversation is about transformation, how we transform this 100% within ourselves. So now our expectations have gone to acceptance. What is something about each and every one of the people around you can you accept? Maybe your spouse just like to leave clothes all over the floor. If you can just accept that, now you don't need him or her to be any different. Now you don't need your friend to be any different. When you don't need them to be certain way, now you're disconnecting that energy and it's coming inward. Now we can do the inner work. And the third step would be I'll show you how you can attract the energy outside of you as well. So the next work would be how do you give energy to yourself? And most of you might even say, like, what do you mean by that? Like, I feed myself, that's energy. Let's put another layer to it. What do you expect of yourself? Do you expect yourself to, wear clean clothes every single day, to eat food every single day, to shower every single day, to go for work and do something useful with your life, or let yourself enjoy or do something productive, or um, let yourself rest? What are the expectations you have of yourself? And now the next layer comes, and I know these are a bunch of questions I'm putting here to help you bypass your logical mind, because your logical mind is just going to say no, that's how things are, and we're just going to stop here. Or your emotional mind that is going to say I feel hurt, that person hurted me, it just makes sense for me to completely cut them out of my life. But that is also how we close heart. I am all about how can we keep our heart open while we live here as a human being, because that is when we become a magnet to all that already belong to our soul. So, what are the ways you give yourself energy? What are the expectations you have of yourself? Now, if you expect you to please every single person in your family and in the world, and if you expect that no one should ever think bad about you, now that is exactly where you're depleting all of your energy. That is an expectation that is not in your favor. That is not kind to yourself. In that moment, you're not giving energy to yourself, you're taking energy away from yourself. And we all do that all day long. We push ourselves beyond our point. We don't listen to when our body's saying, hey, let me rest. And we're like, no, you cannot rest because I'm a high achieving person and I need to do all this. In that moment, you're taking energy away from you. So if you become the energy taker instead of energy giver to yourself, then you're going to naturally expect other people to give you energy. In the moments when you talk bad to yourself, when you say what is wrong with you, you're so lazy, and you go into guilt and shame, you're taking energy from yourself. And then we need our family member to tell us how amazing we are because we need energy from them because we didn't give it to ourselves. And if you're living that way, you are an energy vampire. Other people are feeling drained by you. They might not say it. You might think that you're feeling drained by your annoying sibling or whatever exists in your life, but it's actually you when you expect them to be certain way. And we'll get to the third part, how to attract a reality where people treat you the way you're treating yourself. We are building our way to it. So, what would you like to expect from yourself? Or what kind of energy you would like to give to yourself that you're already aware of? And then I'll take you deeper. How about praise, validation, motivation, inspiration, acknowledgement, encouragement, confidence? We are not used to giving ourselves that energy. We think something else outside of us is going to give it to us. A lot of people go for a second master and a PhD so they can feel more confident, and then it doesn't come with the degree. And then they're like, what is wrong with me? That is an energy you give to yourself by controlling how you see yourself. What do you say to yourself? Now, let's say if you're a person who is stuck in a very difficult relationship right now, and everyone else around you have very happy relationship, it's very easy for you to start thinking you're the loser in the crowd, in that group, or in that family. Like, why couldn't you, have a better relationship? So that means there's something wrong with you. You just took away energy from you because of how you're used to seeing yourself. Now, I'll give you a person who are used to giving themselves energy. When they will find themselves in a relationship like that, and they have that realization, they'll just make a decision. Do I want to stay in it or not? Because they're not dependent on the energy or validation from outside of them. So they'll make a decision. Do I want to stay here? Do I not want to stay here? And they'll be able to exit it. While a person who's dependent on other people's energy, we also call it codependency. When we are that person, we'll stay stuck in that relationship. We'll stay stuck in that victim mode. But who is giving us that energy? Ourselves. So, what are the ways you are going to validate yourself every single day? What is it that you're going to say to yourself all day long that will inspire you, that will motivate you? What about when you go into guilt and you tell yourself that, why did you do this? You shouldn't have done this. And you go into shame and you say, what is wrong with you? Why can't you be like that other person? Those are all the moments you have the option to give yourself energy. So let's say you become a person who can give yourself your own validation. And you could always reach out to me. This is my specialty. It's a 1 year long journey, 101. You can come for the ride with me, but at the end, you're going to be one of the most free people in this world. Let's say you become that person that you don't need your mom's validation, your dad's validation, your siblings' validation, your spouse's validation, your kids' validation, unknown people on social media validation. Let's say you become that person, you don't need all of that. Now you come across a narcissist. Now you come across a person who's just nagging you. Maybe you just, run into them or an old relationship shows up. They will try to act however they will act, but it will not trigger you. Because as you go in this journey of start feeding yourself, start nurturing yourself, giving yourself your own energy, you have learned or you have grown the muscle of acceptance. You accept who you are, where you are, without needing yourself to be anyone different. And you're growing, accepting, growing, accepting. You're coming along the ride with yourself. You're not expecting yourself to act like how you did 5 years ago. You meet yourself in today. You're going to meet this person where they are and get very curious because that is how you will be within yourself. So now you meet this person and they're doing this whole psychological dance with you and you can just witness them. You don't expect them to be any different. You don't label them. You can just witness them for whoever they are. And you can walk away from that conversation and not have the need, oh, I should keep ties with this person. You can easily say, well, I think we are very different energy. I don't have a desire to hang out with them again. And without feeling any guilt or shame or going through that whole struggle, oh my God, that I'm going to be a bad person. No, I cannot abandon them. You'll just be able to walk away. But you'll walk away not with an ill feeling for yourself or them. You'll walk away because that is what's good for both parties. Because whoever we don't need, they don't need us either. Like one of the sentence I love to say, and sometimes I share it, and people who are close to me, it pisses them off. But this is what I believe. When I left my first marriage, this is what I told myself. If he's not good for me, I'm not good for him either. So don't just get too high in your mind saying, "Oh, the person was bad, that's why I left them." No. When things start to fall apart in a relationship, that means they both are not good for each other. So instead of like a lot of people like to sit there and think all the bad things about their ex, how bad they were just justifying making their own decision. But the truth is, if you're not good for this person, or if this person is not good for you, you're not good for them either. They need someone else for their growth. You need someone else for your growth. See how different of this energy is? We are not blaming anyone, we are not judging anyone, we are not taking energy from other people. This is how we create a world where there's harmony. So that harmony needs to be created within you. And as you will start creating this shift within you, being honest with yourself, filling yourself up, you will notice something. People who are not at that vibration, they will just fall off of your radar. They'll call you, they'll say they want to meet you, and then the meeting would just not happen. They will cancel, you won't have time in your schedule, and nothing would be intentional because those vibrations are not meeting up anymore. If you're a person who carries a cloud around you, I am complete. In this moment, I am complete. It would be very impossible for you to be in a relationship with someone who carries a cloud that I am not enough. That friendship, that relationship, that connection is not going to last too long because you're vibrating in a very different frequency than that person. So as you do this work within you, then you attract people that that align with that healthy relationship. The problem is this right now with most of us, we have a very toxic relationship with ourselves, but then we label every single person outside of us that they are toxic for us. We carry a lot of, junk within ourselves, and then we go ahead and label other people that they are energy vampire. We are the one who've been sucking energy from other people because we are controlling, manipulating, and wanting people to act like puppets in our world. So when you let go of that outward focus and you focus on what is it that you are giving to yourself every single day, the expectations will drop, the unhealthy relationship would drop. It's not that you would go and, kick people out of your life. They just wouldn't want to be in your life. That is the most magical thing about doing this work. And once again, whatever I teach it from embodiment. And I can assure you, my friend, this work is difficult. This is one of the most difficult things you would do because it's going to require you to really look deep within you. We run away from that. We don't like to connect with ourselves on such a deeper level. We like to connect with other people on such a deeper level because that gives us energy. And when we go deep within us, we are forced to look at all the cobwebs and skeleton and all the emotions or incidences that we never resolved within ourselves. So you're required to look at it, be very honest with yourself. We love to lie to ourselves. That's why we run away from this kind of work. So it's going to require you to get very, very honest with yourself. But most importantly, it's going to require your time. If you don't slow down and focus on what is it that you're feeling, what is it that you're thinking, what is the story you're telling yourself, and how you're expecting things from other, that requires time. That requires presence. None of this would be possible. You'll be required to slow down and observe your inner environment. And that is when you'll start finding a lot of junk in there. And the next step would be to remove that junk and replace it with powerful expectations of yourself, giving yourself of your own energy. And as that vessel gets filled with all that light, my friend, you attract only light. Even people you thought are amazing and wonderful and are very good for you, even they will start falling off. Because in that moment, you'll be able to see that you're not good for them. They are not good for you anymore. But you will attract people who will build healthy relationship with you. And you'll be able to build healthy relationship with them too. So what happened? You changed your inner environment and your outer environment started reflecting it. Inside of you, you stop being the energy vampire. You start being the person who gives yourself energy. You're going to start attracting people who are the same way. So now you're building this new friendship, this new relationship, this new partnership, and you don't need anything from that person. And that person doesn't need anything from you. So you both can come together, however that partnership is. It could be a sibling relationship, it could be a friendship relationship, it could be a romantic relationship. You two can come together and you can both move forward sharing your light. That is how, my friend, we heal this world. That is how we heal the drama that goes on in family units, and it goes on in every single family. If you've been trying to fix your family and you haven't been able to, start working on fixing yourself right now. Start working on yourself. They don't need fixing, my friend, but something needs shifting within you. So with that, we come to an end for our masterclass here. If there is any topics you would like to me to talk on a deeper level, on the same level where we go right into transformation, we are not going to entertain putting bandages or being a victim anymore. Please let me know in the comments wherever you're watching this video if you're ready to take on this journey, if you're ready to heal your relationship with yourself, You can go to my website, aliajmalcoaching.com, and you can book a consultation with me and be ready to invest a year of your life just focusing on yourself. I'm sending you all so much love, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.